what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. You're hard-fitted indeed. Being a pirate is a wretched deed. Do what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. You are a pirate.
This show, it's weird.
To a hidden box that's...
Hello, I'm the Animator, and this is Cartoon Breakdown. The 90s was an interesting time to be around as a kid. Technology was maturing and going into its teen angst phase, music was going grunge, and cartoon shows were getting better. There were a lot of experiments in cartoons, as evident by this show, The Pirates of Darkwater. Shows were focusing on making a good storyline while trying to appeal to kids. From Batman the Animated Series to anything on the Disney Afternoon, it was evident that cartoons were experimenting and getting good results in the process. However, with all experiments, there are some failures, but I do think I'm getting ahead of myself. Here is Pirates of Darkwater. The Pirates of Darkwater was a show that came out in the early 90s and only had 2 seasons. The only thing I can tell you about the production is the series was created by David Kirshner and the show was produced by Hanna-Barbera. I'm hoping in the future I can tell you more as I find out more. For now, I can only tell you how the show was aired and why it was cancelled. The show, for those of you who don't know, is about 2 groups of pirates, Ren and his crew, and Bloth and his crew. They were in competition to find the 13 treasures of rule for their own purposes. The show was set in an alien world called Myr, and was being devoured by a substance called Darkwater. The 2 ships were called the Wraith and the Maelstrom. Ren, voiced by George Newbern, was the captain of the Wraith, with Tila, voiced by Jodie Benson, who was an ecomancer capable of controlling biological life. Ayaz, who was originally voiced by Hector Alonso, and later voiced by Jim Cummings. I seem to be seeing a lot of Jim Cummings. Ayaz was a treasure-hungry pirate who used to be in the ploy of Bloth. Niddler, originally voiced by Roddy McDowell and later voiced by Frank Welker, was a monkey bird who also belonged to Bloth in the beginning of the series. Bloth, voiced by Brock Peters, was the captain of the Maelstrom and was responsible for a lot of the conflicts on the show. The rest of Bloth's crew was Mantis, voiced by Peter Cullen, who was in second of command, and Conk, who was voiced by Tim Curry, who was also as devious as he was short. There were other crew members of the Maelstrom, but they weren't as prevalent as Conk or Mantis. Early in 1991, the first 5 episodes were aired as a miniseries simply titled Darkwater. The show was picked up by ABC and later had a number of tweaks to the animation and some voice actors were changed. Most notably Niddler, who was now voiced by Frank Welker. February 25th, 1991, re-airing the first 5 episodes with the fixes in animation and the voice actor change, officially started off the series. They added 8 more episodes to Season 1, and ended December 7th of that same year, with 13 episodes. The second season started November 8th, 1992, and would run until May 23rd, 1993, adding 8 more episodes, making the number of episodes for the series 21. The show was abruptly cancelled, with 8 of the 13 treasures found. The reason the show was cancelled was a combination of the cost of production was too high and lack of interest in the show by viewers. As I stated before, the show was an experiment in animation with a serious subject matter and an ongoing storyline. The show was unique at the time, and this put a lot of viewers off as nothing like it had ever been seen before. As time went on, fans of the show would say it was like the Star Wars of fantasy animation. I, for one, agree with that statement. If you want to watch the show, you can find the DVDs which contain all 21 episodes. As of right now, there are no streaming services that I can find of the show, but at least we have the DVDs that have all the episodes. With all the revivals going on, I for one would like to see a company like the ones responsible for Voltron Legendary Defender to get a hold of the rights and make a new show that will complete the storyline and make changes to the show that will be good. The show was ahead of its time in its execution and would be more well received in today's world with cartoons being taken more seriously as an alternative to live action for storytelling. If you're new to this series and would like to see more, please subscribe to the channel. I'm the Animator, and this was Cartoon Breakdown. What? You're still here? The show was over. I couldn't think of anything. Go home.